What's going on, YouTube? How you doing? How you doing? First and foremost, man, I just want to thank everybody for the support. I thank y'all so much. I thank y'all so much, man. Y'all just don't know. Shout out to everybody that commented on the video I did on the Haitian lady, man. She was going crazy. This Haitian lady actually thought if America fall, that we gonna flee to them. That's funny. But anyway, before we get started, man, please hit that like and subscribe button for your boy. Please hit that like and subscribe button for your boy, and I highly appreciate that. But now, let's get into it. One of the things I've been seeing, like, when I be talking to these Africans or these people that are melanated, come from different countries, they always give praise to the white man. They always say, without the white man, black Americans wouldn't have this, or black Americans wouldn't have that. You wouldn't have education. You wouldn't have a place to stay. You wouldn't have a job. You wouldn't be able to stay next to white people. You wouldn't even be able to walk with white people. You wouldn't be able to date white people if it wasn't for the white man. If it wasn't for the white man, y'all wouldn't be alive. This is what these Africans and melanated people from all over the world be saying to us black Americans. Like we weak or something. Let me tell you something. Let me start with the Africans first. Africans. We're nothing like y'all. And I totally understand why y'all say the things that y'all say. It's because, now let me say this. Back in the day, and I know a lot of my people around my age know what I'm talking about when I say this. When we used to watch cartoons on Saturday mornings, commercials about Africa used to come on. And those commercials used to say how y'all was starving out there. Okay? We used to see babies about to pass away in the mama's arms or in the white woman's arms. You know what I'm saying? They had a commercial, they had a baby. That's not funny, Lord forgive me. But they had a baby in their arms and the camera just pan in on them. And the baby like, about to pass away and shit of hunger. We understand that. We seen how it was only women there that was eating or couldn't get food, and where the men was at. That's another thing I noticed about them feed the children commercials. You didn't see not one man there. Where the men at? Huh? Where are the men? That is sad. Like all the feed the children commercials, you didn't see men. It's just number women and children and old folk. But where are the men? That's how you know them men sorry out there. Let me roll on this right quick. There's no way in hell people can have their gripes about black American men. I get it. I understand. We got our faults. We ain't perfect people. But one thing about the black American man, we're not about to flee our country collectively and leave our women and children here to starve and fight for themselves. We just not. Your men leave y'all in these countries where the women are unprotected. Forget what somebody gonna do to them, but y'all leave them there starving and they babies are starving. That is wild to me, yo. That is so wild to me. That one, I don't like that. But anyway, but I understand, so by me watching y'all feed the children videos, I always had a sense of understanding about the African, right? About the reason why the African might look at white people as gods. And I understand because guess what? When you hungry, when you poor, when you have no hope in your life, and the white person come into your life and give you water bags, give you Chinese rice, give you these canned goods that's old that we don't eat no more, that before the grocery store throw it away, they ship it off to y'all. That's not good. I can understand why you would think the black American got things tangible or things that's owed to us or things that you see that we had was from the white man. I can understand that. I can understand that. The thing that I think you Africans don't know, and I believe y'all don't know, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I don't think y'all know what's going on in your homeland. Y'all like to blame everybody but the white man. Y'all blame the government, but y'all never talk about how the government is the puppeteer for the white man. Y'all don't talk about that. Y'all don't really get knee deep in what it is. How your government signed treaties and stuff like that. How your government just so dumb at one point in time. They didn't know that the resources that they had was valuable. They just gave it away. Like they just didn't have, like they look, them Ubuntu tribes out there, they just so silly like, Man, the white man, they come out here, man, get the resources here, man. We have no use for it. We don't know what to do because we so dumb. So how about we give it to the white man? The white man will give me $20 million. And then shit, I'm gonna give it to my people. Psych, I'm gonna go to Europe and live off the $20 million and not do for my people. That's what they do to y'all. But y'all don't know that. Y'all don't know the play. But you look at us like, so when y'all come to America and you see how we living, you see how we styling on y'all. You see how we articulate ourselves on here. You know what I mean? You see how intelligent we are, how educated we are, how our kids live, how we ain't starving like y'all. And y'all think that y'all contribute that all to the white man, but not knowing what we had to fight for that. You think that white boy want us to be educated? You really think that white boy want us to be educated? I'm just tell you how we different from you Africans, right? Even after slavery, one of the first things many of us did, many of our ancestors did, was educate themselves. They wanted to learn how to read. That's why our literacy rate shot up through the roof. That's why. That was in the 1800s, the late 1800s, when our literacy rate shot up real quick, damn near passing the white boy. Probably did pass. I believe we passed the white boy in literacy rates and knowing how to read and comprehend. That's why we so sharp. Because I think Africans think even during slavery time, I guess they think the white people were smart or something. Them was one of the dumbest people in the world. Even the people that worked the plantation, the white folks worked the plantation, they wasn't educated. They couldn't talk. They didn't know how to read either. So when you hear our Ebonics, or if you hear how we pronunciate words, a lot of that stuff come from them listening to them goofy motherfuckers. Picking up their language and shit. That's why we talk the way we talk. Especially me. So for these Africans to think white people are the smartest thing in the world, that's a lie. It's the reason why they had to put barriers in front of us so we can't be successful. Let me use Tulsa, Oklahoma for example. I know we all know about Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, and I like to use something that makes sense to the majority of people, man, because I can name other cities and states and stuff like that was like Tulsa, but I'm gonna use this. We were so self-sufficient that we had our own oil, we had our own airports, we had our own hospitals, gas stations, libraries, movie theaters, colleges. Was there a college? I think there was a college in Tulsa. I don't know. Somebody fact check me on that. But we had our own school. We had our own everything. We had our own little area where we was thriving as black people, successful black people. Teaching our young black babies everything, how to cultivate the land, or even how to get in the corporate world before it was corporate. We had that. But white people, so the poor white folks were so jealous of that because they couldn't do what we do. They couldn't understand, like, damn, how these black folks create this massive city, being self-sufficient, making money, circulating around the area, and why we not making no money like them? How is this working out for them? And they destroyed it because of hate. And guess what? After they destroyed it, we still rebuilt again. They never talked about after they destroyed Tulsa, destroyed Black Wall Street, we rebuilt it again. That's the type of people we are. Africans haven't evolved. They haven't evolved, man. Like, if you look in certain parts, now don't get me wrong, there are some modern parts of Africa, I would never not say that. But the majority of parts of Africa are still stuck in the 1600s. Y'all still living in stick huts, mud huts, boo-boo huts, and living on boo-boo water. After all these years of innovation around the world, y'all still living like that. Y'all haven't caught up. Reason why I'm saying it like this, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I always think about our slave quarters or our slave homes on the plantation, on how it was built, and how it still looks better than 80% of what y'all live at in Africa. Our slave homes where we had to stay as slaves still up to this day, still holding up to this day, and still damn near it look 100 times better than the places in a shanty town. Our slave houses look better than y'all shanty towns. With education, with getting jobs, with having civil rights, from stopping these white folks from doing harm to us. We fought for that. We took that. These white folks didn't want to give us nothing. You think these white people? Where was we? We didn't have a Sally Struthers like y'all did. Who was our white Sally Struthers in America? For Black America, who? Who was our white savior in America? Y'all got a white savior. Everything y'all have today, 80% to 90% of you Africans have today is because of white people. Everything we have today because of Black Americans, because of what our ancestors have done, what our ancestors have fought for. Y'all had a white savior. We didn't. We had to fight for that. We had to die for that. We had to kill for that. Y'all just starved for what y'all had to go through. They had to get. They just had to see y'all starve. They just had to see a baby with a big belly and ribs showing for them to feel sorry for y'all and feed y'all. They didn't do that for us, bro. Everything that you see in 2026 that Black people have today is because of what Black people fought for and forced the white people to give us. Forced the white people to stop messing with us. But you Africans ain't gonna comprehend that. Because it goes back to what I said. Y'all lack comprehension skills. Y'all lack understanding, discernment. Y'all not educated on a lot of things. Y'all just go by what the white man tell you and how you feel about the white man because you love that white boy. And once again, I totally understand. You living in a poor area where there's no food, no clean water, and here come a savior from the sky named white mommy and white daddy. Come and feed y'all, give y'all water, and nurse y'all back to health. And I can understand why you think those same people that did it for y'all did it for us, but they never did it for us. We made them. We forced them to. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Y'all have a good one. And shout out to you Africans, man, and you melanated people that come over here that been saved by white folks. We ain't got that luxury to say we've been saved by white people before. Only you. Anyway, salute to y'all.